Hi, it's Sue with Everyday Artisan, and welcome to my 2025 wrap-up. You're probably wondering, is she wearing a bra? What is she wearing? But I'm not going to tell you about it till the end because it is the very last thing I'm played with in 2025. And yes, it's a wrap. Okay, 2025 was kind of an odd year for me. A lot happened, and I'll probably tell you about it as we go through, but let's go ahead and get started. I started with a real easy project. It was just adding a racing stripe on the bottom of my black bottom, on the sides of my Black Paisley t-shirt that was a kit from Alabama, the t-shirt kit, not the unisex, it's the women's. It was a medium, and it was getting tight, so I tried cutting out underneath the shapes on the back side to loosen it up a little, but it still needed a little more room, and so I added stripes down the side. And since it was a cap sleeve, it was pretty easy. I didn't have to mess with binding at all. But as you can see, it doesn't quite look as neat under the arm as I would want it to. But the good news is I don't usually walk around with my arms up, showing my underarms. So I'm going with it. So that was great. I loved having a quick, easy win at the beginning of the year, getting something done that had been on my to fix pile forever. Then I decided I wanted to try something new. So I had the pattern for the drawstring pants. So I decided to make myself a pair in the Twilight fabric. That was an interesting experiment. I think I did okay. There's a lot of things. I'm not a great sewer, which is a crazy thing to admit on my sewing videos. But I had a little trouble with the waistband, and I'm not usually a huge drawstring waist fan to begin with. So believe it or not, even after assembling it, I don't even have a picture of myself. I never wore the pants all year long. So I don't know that I will ever make a pair of pants again. I was thinking maybe like a pair of shorts for pajamas, because I love the idea of the organic cotton and wearing natural fibers when I sleep. Maybe I'll cut off the pants and turn those into shorts. Anyway, yeah, so the only picture I have of wearing them is from the try-on video that I made. So I apologize for the quality. And I guess that's the first thing I'm going to tell you about. So I am now officially resigned from my corporate accounting job as of December 31st, which means hopefully I'm gonna have a lot more time to stitch, to create, to dream, to make, and to make videos. And so one of my goals or resolutions, if we want to call it that, for 2026 is to get better quality video and audio for my YouTube videos. That's the one thing I have the only negative comments I've ever gotten were that the quality of my videos aren't that great. So that's one thing. All right, so that takes us up to March, and well, actually February. And in February, I was meeting with my older sister, and we were going to visit my oldest sister out in Colorado. She had been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia about 4 years before, which means at my age, which is a little scary. And has been living in memory care, and so we've been trying to visit her 2-3 times a year. We're both on the East Coast. She's with her immediate family out in Colorado. So I needed a project, so I was with my older sister who had made a reversible miniskirt. She was thinking winter quilted. Anyway, she wore the skirt that Christmas. I loved it so much. I was like, I could make one of those. I bet I'd get a lot of wear out of it. So I made the reversible navy and black mini skirt, used the same technique. She did the same circular pattern on there, and that ended up being my most worn piece of the year. It was kind of a last minute, hey, I'm just going to do what you did. And yeah, I think I've wore it like 10, 15 times last year. It was just so easy, especially the black side, to throw that on with a black corset, and I could put any jacket over top and it looked awesome. So did that in February. Let's see, that was like February and March. In April, I did the white crossback top, the one that's in the video of my big mistake. I was using a old poncho kit from Alabama Shannon, and because I couldn't lay it out like you do regular fabric with on the fold and lay out my pattern that way, I accidentally cut my two pieces that were singular the same way. And so I ended up sticking on just a very plain white piece in the back to be able to wear it in that May. And I did wear it just that once. I still haven't quite decided how I want to fix that mistake. And it still needs binding on it. So it's not as bad as the pants. And maybe if I made that, I would wear it with the pants, which was originally my thought. But that one's still a work in progress. So great, something for me to work on in 2026. Awesome. Then in May, it's Me Made May, which I did really good this year. I wore something almost every day, and I documented it here on a couple of videos, which you can search, or I'll link down below. But then I decided I loved that mini skirt so much in black and navy, I was going to make it in Indigo and Peacock, because those are two other colors that I have a lot of pieces in. So made that, haven't worn that one as much. My Peacock part of my wardrobe has got some work that needs to be done on it. The fitted shirt I have is too tight, so I need to add a racing stripe or something in it. So that was May. June, I banged out a really quick tank because I was going to a baseball game and wanted to wear something to support my local team. Yay, go flying squirrels. So just banged that out real quick. Then July, I started on a robe project, which I just realized I was going back through my photos. Realized I have everything documented and I never made a video on it. So that's probably going to be my next video because I've got everything already. But started just by using the Geometry of Hand Stitching book to do a decorative stitching design on the sleeves, and then realized I needed to add it a bottom, then realized I wanted something decorative on that, then had to make a belt. So it'll be a good video. It was a really good project. I like it, but I didn't end up finishing it until close to the end of the year. All right, August, my sister and I went back out to visit my sister in Denver and didn't get much stitching done. September, I ended up finally pulling apart my ballet fitted dress that I've probably talked about in several videos, and put racing stripes down on each side of it. At that point, I took off all the binding because it had been something I had made literally probably 2020. I wore it to the 2026 weekend workshop, so I'd maybe 25, maybe 24, I don't even remember. But the crete and stitch I had done on the binding was okay, but nothing special. So I figured while I'm going ahead and taking it apart, I might as well upgrade the binding. So in September, I went ahead and put the neck binding back on using the, I'm gonna put the name of the stitch on the video. I call it a rosebud, but it's not, it's something else. could get away with that because I was wearing it with the cardigan. But over this last Christmas break, I finally put the binding on the sleeves too. So that one's good to go. All right. By this time, we were in my job. We were doing a whole new system integration, working on weekends, didn't get a whole lot of stitching done. Then like around November, I ended up finishing up the robe. I'll show you the video. And December, I told you I did that ballet binding. And at the end of December, I've been looking through some of her pictures and things, and one of her newest pieces that I have fallen in love with is kind of like a wrap vest sort of thing. And so I was like, I've always liked the wrap thing. So I've even got a Pinterest page all about wraps. And so I took out my wrap shirt or dress pattern and started playing with it and cut out what would be a tiny wrap top. Now, this is the one that I'm kind of modeling it after. And first I tried to get away with not putting darts in it, but then, and I'm going to share a picture with you. I can't believe I'm sharing a picture with you because I'm just wearing my around the house clothes and trying something on, but you'll see that the without the darts, it just looked weird. This one kind of stuck out really like that, which is no good. So I did end up putting darts in it. So I've still got some work to do. I need to put the ties on. I need to put binding on. But this is just kind of a, hey, let me try something new. And now I've got, this to do. I've got the binding on my white crossback top to do. I actually have a white wrap shirt that I made a long time ago, that the problem with the wraps for me has always been, and you can see I'm wearing something underneath. There's no way I could get away with not wearing something underneath. So in this particular shirt, I was trying, it's a long sleeve white one. I was trying to see, what if I add another panel? Would it be able to wrap and not have to wear anything underneath? Anyway, this one's been sitting on my pile for probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years at this point. But what I think I'm gonna do is put the binding on and just wear it open and just not wrap it and kind of have it be like a open cardigan kind of thing. It sounds like most of my projects are putting binding on things. But the other thing I really want to focus on in 2026 is kind of either doing more stenciling or painting or kind of that end of the creative process, as well as fixing everything that I currently have to be able to wear it, and maybe adding a few new pieces. And then the sad part, and I kind of skipped over this, was at the end of November, we were told that it was time to come visit our sister once again, to be able to say goodbye, which we were able to do, and it was wonderful. And she has since passed. But it was a tough year. A lot happened, but I'm really looking forward to 2026, and I'm looking forward to sharing a lot of what I do with you. So if you can, give me a like, give me a follow, a subscribe, whatever it is you do. And let me know what else you want to see. I still have those couple of fun ideas rolling around in my head of videos to make. But thank you for following along with me so far. And I hope you have a great, happy new year.